What's up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome to today's trade recap. No, not trade recap. Pre-market live. I know it's a bit late, 15 minutes after market open, but we have to do something beforehand. But let's dive straight into this now and see if we can create any setups here for today. So looking at the news, we didn't really have much today. We have just FOMC member Mausoleum speaking. Let's see on financial juice if there's anything. Pardon. U.S. futures are headed higher at the end of the week in which tariffs, such as political developments and corporate earnings, buffet the markets. Okay. We don't really have any news we really need to worry about. Canadian employment change was big, but didn't really affect the markets. Let's get straight into our technical analysis now. See if there's anything we can. So right upon market open, we've been seeing aggressive spike towards the upside. Of course, we're gonna have this main liquidity towards the upside around here. Lower main down here, which aligns with this zone that we have right here. Plus main liquidity down there. This would be a 4-hour. More main liquidity down there. Main liquidity down there. Main liquidity up here. 3-hour. Not really noticing anything on the 3-hour, but we are coming into this 50% retracement level of this overall range, as you can see. So if we do start to see rejection from this area, I would put myself into more of a selling position, but not really heading there quite yet. I mean, there is bookmap liquidity here at 6,400, which doesn't lie to. If we see reaction off that, I could allow for a pretty good potential trade if we see retracement off of that. But that's what I'm looking for right now. We have another 4-hour here. uh, 3 hours. And the 3-hour here. That could also be 3-hour, but I'm not trying to mark that out since this one secured more of a validation, but I mean, it won't hurt us to mark it out now. Remember, the zones are just visual. They don't hold any predictive power without confirmation from order flow of things or things of that nature. Not seeing anything else really on the 3-hour. 2-hour, we do have a pretty big 2-hour supply zone here. 2-hour right there. With liquidity above it. Here we have lower liquidity as such. Came down there, but nothing else on the 2-hour. We can mark this out. Won't hurt to do so. 1-hour. 1-hour again. What if you just increase it like that? That would make much more sense as it aligns with that bookmap liquidity as well. We're just gonna do that. Keep it as 2-hour. It won't hurt to do so necessarily. This 1-hour is there as well, but we're not marking it simply because it's not worth marking it since you already marked this lower region and this lower region. Let's see if there's anything else on the 1-hour though. We do have this 1-hour zone here, which I do think, yeah, corresponding with those high areas. 1-hour right there. Mark out the liquidity above it and over here. And that's gonna be pretty much it for what we chart here today. 30-minute, let's see. 30-minute, we broke through this supply zone, breaking through with aggressive strength. Now we're heading straight towards that 6,400 level. If we continue showing buy pressure, very easily we could head up, but 6,400 has a lot of passive sellers, and with that said, it might be very hard for buyers to push through. If you do see selling rejection, I would shift to a bearish perspective and try continuing capturing the sell side towards the downside. But with that said, I don't really notice much else. We have another zone right there, which is a high volume area, so we are going to go ahead and mark it, but as you see on the downside, there are a lot of demand zones, and it's not really best to have so many zones because, like yesterday, we are again seeing between the range, but the range is like this. When you identify direction, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. And let's see. As you can see now, once we come on the 1 hour and put our volume profile up, you see that this area is a high volume node as well as this area. So this liquidity is very valid along with this 30-minute. Very excited to see how price reacts at those levels if we do head down there, and they provide for great targets as well if looking at the liquidity lines. Yeah, look at that. Main liquidity right at this liquidity level. And then here at this, around all of these levels really, except for this 1 hour, but these two levels are pretty strong, and then we have these lows that are also pretty strong, and these are just going to be all-time high region. Regarding the validity of this, I'm going to keep it since this was generated in New York session, which means that it's typically valid. But that's going to be all my charting here for ES. What I want to see happen is price head up into this bookmap liquidity, and we start seeing absorption, and we start rejecting retracement into any retracement barrier where we see confirmation. We'll target shorts until the next bookmap liquidity level down below. Right now, it does look like we're seeing a little bit of absorption, but I need to see that continuation signal for validity. Alright. Let's go to NQ now, see what we can do on there. And on NQ, we are coming up into this 4-hour zone. And hold on. And because of all these confluences, I want to see if price holds this area and we start selling off, but might not happen. Might just continue towards the upside, and that's completely okay. We should be able to capture that because right now on ES it does look like we broke that 6400 level. That's everything on the 4-hour on NQ. 3-hour, that area we currently market. We have this lower area. We'll go extend it up there like such. Simply so it captures two areas at once. Okay. Nothing else really on the 3-hour. We do have 3-hour zone at the top though. To where we have this region, like before, I'm just gonna extend it like such. It's a key level for sure. Not noticing anything here really. Let's see. 1 hour. On the 1 hour, it does look like we swept this lower liquidity, which is a good sign for these longs to occur. That's a 1 hour right there. 1 hour. Let's see. There's not really any other 1 hour really that we can consider. This 1 hour was generated as we went ahead and swept this lower liquidity. Like such. Not see anything else on the 1 hour. Nothing else really on the 1 hour. 30-minute. Looking closer by. Not noticing anything significant that we really need to mark out. 15-minute. Nothing else we really need to mark out. That's gonna be everything on NQ as well. Now I want to see where VIX is sitting at because we haven't checked that recently. Let's see. VIX is falling back down, and with the momentum that we're getting, it doesn't seem like a bad place for VIX to retrace here or to just continue going. So it doesn't really tell us much on the VIX. Okay. That's basically gonna conclude my pre-market live analysis here for today. We want to see price reject off of this 2 hour. If we don't reject off of the 2 hour, then we pardon me for that, but I want to see price potentially reject off of this 2 hour at this bookmap liquidity and perform absorption here. If you can do that, I would like to take a short retracement play. If not, I would look to see liquidity flipping and capture on the longs capturing upper liquidity, which if you look on bookmap is placed around, there's multiple levels. We have one at 6405, 6407.5, and 6410. So as you see, we have a multitude of levels above. Doesn't mean we're gonna head to those levels. On the lower side, we have this 6380 level, which would provide for a great area for mean reversion to occur. There's 6390 as well. And yeah, there's just a lot of liquidity everywhere. We just have to see, we need to see how price reacts at this level. Depending on that, that's when we can make a play. But essentially gonna conclude today's pre-market live. If you have any questions, feel free to join the completely free Discord server. The link is in the description down below, and everything is completely free. You can definitely get a thing or two out of it. Additionally, check out the links in the description for Addis, one of our channel partners. They have a lot of free functionality in terms of order flow, including footprint charts with a small delay. Highly recommend you guys checking it out. You can start integrating order flow into your strategy today. Bookmap live stream will also be linked down there. As always, do your own research, and I'll see you guys later today for a market analysis session. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.